Hi guys, today we have a really exciting guest joining us, Shivani. Yes, Shivani is a social media manager at Arvind Industries, where she brings brands to life with creative digital strategies. But her journey isn't anything conventional. She started out in aerospace engineering, earning her BTech from MS Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences before shifting gears and pursuing an MBA from PES University to dive into the world of digital marketing. Now, she's a content creator, strategist, and social media expert, shaping online narratives and driving engagement. In this coffee chat, we'll talk about her unique career transition, her experience in the digital space, and her top insights for anyone looking to build a career in social media. So, grab your coffee and let's get started. Hello,
Hello.
Shivani. Hello, how are you?
Hello, Ananya. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How was your day today?
It's going good. How's yours going?
Yeah, pretty much stressful first video. So, yeah, I am kind of stressed.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get started.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so now let's start with some casual questions like,
Sure.
how did you get started in this field?
So, how I actually began was back in the day when I was in my engineering, when I was like a 19-year-old. I just wanted to find something, in my free time that what is it that can I do that to just take my mind off from what I was studying. So, I decided to open up my own blog page on WordPress. And that's when I just started back in the day to like write product reviews and all that because I was into beauty. I still am into beauty and all of that. So I just started writing for a bit, but then I realized I've always wanted to be in content creation. But it did take up a lot of courage for me to be online, to be posting about makeup and more. So in 2020, I started my journey of content creation, and that's when I wanted to find something. It was something like I wanted to find my passion as well as bridge it with academics. But I was studying aerospace engineering, so there was no way that I could bridge them together.
Yeah.
That's when I realized, okay, maybe once I complete my engineering, I can think about something. And I thought, okay, MBA is a good thing. So once I decided, that was also a very random decision that I took after I completed. Like, what is it that I can do, right? So I just thought maybe MBA would be helpful because in MBA I can choose marketing as my specialization and opt for digital and then just see where it takes me. And it has taken me here as a social media manager today. That's how it all started.
Nice, it's great to hear. So, do you think in Bengaluru the competitions can be much more greater than any other place,
I think
especially in content creation and in digital marketing?
I think it could be because I've not explored any other place apart from Bengaluru because I've been here my whole life and I love being in Bangalore. It's my favorite place ever. So I think it is quite competitive. When it comes to content creation, I would bet yes, it is very, very competitive because there are too many creators out there creating content. But I keep thinking, how is it that I can stand out, and just do better? And stand out in a unique way. But speaking of opportunities for job, be it in digital marketing, it is quite competitive. But what really makes you stand out is the experience that you hold. Experience as an intern, I'm telling.
Okay.
Internship experience or even courses that you can choose. I think this picking on these things is crucial. And I think with these, you'll just end up somewhere, I think, where you can just learn because for me it's something like it was entirely new. And now that I've ended up as a social media manager, it's quite a new experience for me.
Mm.
And the reason why I'm here is because I was able to pick up on like an 8-month internship experience, so I could leverage my internship and tell this is what I have done. So that's what made me land this job. So I'd say yes, experience really matters in this competitive world. I mean, in Bangalore, obviously. Yeah.
Okay, so you would say experience or any certifications or online course also helps.
I would say experience as an intern is very crucial. I think it's very, very important. Courses, on the other hand, are just like stepping stones. For me to end up at an internship, I was I actually told them that I have done a few courses. on social media management as well as digital marketing. Fundamentals are picked up from Google as well as HubSpot. So this is the kind of courses, and this is what I told them that I'm sure with that this is what I could do, and that's how I actually landed an internship. So for me to land an internship, the stepping stones were courses. So to land a job, it was more like my internship was a stepping stone. So I'd say it's something like that. They're both important, but experience is hands-on is always better, right? Because what
Yeah.
we learn in courses is one thing, but trying things practically, I think it's a whole other thing. Yeah.
So we can say that more for getting a full-time job, it's required that we get into an internship first, or else would it be a problem if we don't have an internship experience?
Well, I'm not really sure, but the thing is, a part of my MBA includes, so my MBA program was for 2 years. So I just graduated in 2024. So it was, I had my classes for around 1.5 year. That was picking up on basics as well as, and then there was 6 months allotted in my MBA course as an internship period. So in
Okay.
this 6 months, I had to pick up an internship outside my college, and that's only when I would get my degree. That's a part of my degree. So
Mm-hmm.
that given 6 months time, I had to look for internships, right? So I think that really gave me a push to, end up in a job like this.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not really sure how it would be if you wouldn't have an internship experience, because when you have to land a job, you have to show results that this is what I've done, right, previously,
Yeah.
that I've done something. Maybe I interned for an amusement park for 8 months. So during 8 months, it was a long period of time. I got to pick up on the website, I got to pick up on SEO, and then social media marketing, ORM, quite a lot of things that I got to, deep dive into.
Mm-hmm.
So this experience made me understand that, okay, out of all the things that I learned from my internship, what is it that I want to choose, pick up, and move forward with my career? And I decided social media is the one for me, because deep down I always knew this is where I wanted to be, but I still wanted to explore what digital marketing was. And I'd say having an internship experience is great, but
Mm-hmm.
without that, I think recruiters might be okay, as long as you can just show them that you, through your academic progress or through courses, that this is what I've done, and maybe you can give me a chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since you spoke about your MBA, right? Like now, what entrance exams did you go through? Like any tips for the students who are hearing this podcast?
Yeah, sure. I think for MBA entrance exams, so there's one that happens here, that's like PGCET. I didn't get to write that, but I've taken up a few mock tests of that, which had like logical reasoning, quants, and all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
there are quite a lot of mock tests that happens. You can choose online. That's one great way. But for me, at my university PS, we did have like an interview to get into the college. So I think communications skills is a key to actually get into an MBA program, to be able to speak well and to just be better the way you articulate something. So I did have a quick interview session before I was admitted at that university.
Mm-hmm.
So they just asked basic questions on about myself and my background, and because why I always get asked this question, that why is it that I wanted to switch from
Yeah,
aerospace engineering?
I
It's
can
something that
relate.
I yeah. So yeah, it's that one question everybody wants. Like, everybody is curious. Why did you wanted to switch? So questions like that was asked, and apart from that, if you do not have an intense interview like what I had, I'd say picking up on mock tests is great for MBA. Yeah.
Okay. So, do you think we would have a bad impressions in their mind if we say that we are not consistent with tech and we have just shifted to, what would you say to them? Because whenever any interviewers ask me, like, why did you shift from tech, computer science to digital marketing? I just say that I love this. And but somewhere in my mind, I get it that what if they're judging us? Like, they weren't consistent in tech and why they're coming here, all those
I
questions.
Yes. Yes,
So,
I also feel the same most of the times, but I think with time I've just really told myself that, is that I was having a conversation with a friend of mine exactly the same conversation we're having right now. And this friend of mine was mentioning that, it's okay, you can like two things. You can also like engineering as well as social media or, marketing.
Mm.
So if you had to really pick one, which one would you pick? You would pick marketing, right? Because that's what you're passionate about. So you can like two things and, choose something that you really like, because that's one way to say it out. So, but it's also like, I think it's really cool that you can also tell that I'm an engineer as well as somebody who also has an MBA in
Mm.
postgrad. I think that is actually a cool way to tell, or even to just feel that, I can be in two different fields. And that coming from an engineering background to MBA, it's not easy, right? Because
Yeah.
we have been science students our whole lives. And all of a sudden they're telling you what is accounts, what is finance. And I'm like, oh my God, nothing really got into my brain. And it was quite challenging in the initial days, because it was tough for me to pick up on the basics. And we had a trimester system, so it's around just 4 months for each subject that you had.
Okay.
So it's just having a 4 month for one subject. I could never pick up on the basics of accounting, what people would have learned in their commerce from 11th, 12th, their BCom, BBA. They've already learned all that basics. And for us, it's like, I don't know how things would be. But
Mm.
anyways, even in that period of time, just 4 months, we did pick up on things when it
Mm.
comes to MBA. So I think it's quite challenging, but still, I think it's a whole new experience, which I think is very cool, that we could do two different things like engineering as well as an MBA. So yeah,
Okay.
I'd like to see it that way and have a positive outlook on that.
Yeah. So you are saying that whoever is going through a transition, right, from engineering or any other background to digital marketing, MBA is necessary for them? Like, is it something they have to do, or they can just go for jobs, full-time jobs, and work there?
So let's say from a point of view like engineering to MBA is great, because in MBA you can pick up on quite a lot of things like marketing and all that. But even without an MBA, there are so many courses and things right now, right? You can always pick things up online or just join a digital marketing course. I mean, it's a lot more inexpensive than choosing an MBA course, right?
Yeah.
But I'd say it's great if you can choose MBA. Like if you really want to do it, you should pick up on an MBA. But if not, it's always, I think, all right to just join courses, try things online. I feel at the end of the day, if you're really passionate about something like marketing or digital marketing, you will find a way. It
Yeah.
shouldn't be like expensive courses like an MBA, to really be there. But I think for somebody who comes from a BCom or BBA background, these guys would have already picked up on things like marketing. They already know the basics.
Yeah.
So in MBA, it's not like something really outstanding happens, even in the case of learning or teaching. So I'd say that it's all right. You can always complete your MBA, not MBA, like BBA or any of that sort, and
Mm-hmm.
then pick up on an internship and just start your job. That would also be great. But as
Okay.
long as they want to choose an MBA for anything that's a lot more higher than what they had not learned previously, I think only for that case, an MBA is great. Yeah.
So how do we choose a college for MBA? Like based on ranking or placements, or how did you choose best in the first place?
I think it's quite crucial for me. I just had like three colleges in mind in Bangalore that, okay, I'm just gonna join into one of these. I did a bit of my research. First thing what came to my mind was a specialization, right? What is it that I wanted to choose? I wanted to choose a college which would actually help me support build a career in marketing. Mostly I wanted it to be digital marketing and just not marketing, because marketing is a vast area and digital marketing is just a part of it. So for me, I first thing what came to my mind was choosing a good college which is giving me the specialization which I need. And where I study from, it's PS in Bangalore. So PS did offer marketing, and in which they had also mentioned that these are the subjects in marketing that we're going to offer you. So it included customer behavior and more such things like digital marketing and all that. So I just realized, okay, that's a good thing. Apart from that, placements do play an important role, that we have to check if this college is gonna offer me good placements.
Yeah.
And then comes ranking, I'd say. So these were three of my factors when I chose my MBA college.
Okay. So what are the biggest myths you would say that people should stop believing, being a social media or working in a social media marketing?
I'd say that people would think that I make reels for living. That's the that's the funniest one,
Yeah.
because people are like, "Oh, you work in social media. Like that's such a fun job." But
Mhm.
I often, like, I actually spend more than half a month
Mhm.
to, for example, so I plan for content calendars, like this is what we'll be posting, so we do it 1 month prior. For next month we would have already started what is it that we're going to do next month, what
Yes.
kind of content has to go up. There's so much planning that happens for social media, and
Mhm.
there's quite a lot of references that I keep looking on different platforms, that what is it that we can do as a brand. So now that I work as a social media manager for a kitchenware brand,
Mhm.
it's something extremely new because I interned for an amusement park, and that is different from this. So it's a whole new different experience for me as well. So there's a lot of strategy that goes into thinking that what is it that I want to do. And apart from that, there are influencer partnerships that you coordinate with these influencers, tell them what needs to be done. That part is one whole thing. And apart from that, we have posting. Everything has to be done on time. So I look for references. I look for ideas. In my mind, I just keep thinking, what is it that we can do? And then I take it to my graphic designers. I tell these guys, this is what I'm looking for. Can you just do this for me? And coordinating with them, getting
Mhm.
work done from them, getting back and posting it. So this, I think it's quite the task as a social media manager. Doesn't really seem like, oh, I just do reels for, a job. So this is what I think it is being a social media manager when I tell it in a nutshell. Like,
So this is for everyone who judge, when we say we are into digital marketing or social media marketing. This is for everyone that it's not a small job. It has like a lot of inner, tiny, tiny, tiny works which we need to do.
yes.
Then, would you like to tell us any five quick tips for someone who wants to do MBA now? Like how to prepare for your MBA exams or which exams you have to prepare? Any quick five tips?
I think for exams, I just had to only think about PGCT. That's like the only exam that we would have to get in through. Or else we do have an entrance exam at my college itself. That was the only entrance exam that I thought about, which was in turn like an interview, more like a written exam. It was not a written exam at my college.
Mhm.
So tips, I would say in a general way, not from my college point of view. I'd
Mhm.
say first thing is to take up mock-up tests and just choose what is it that they can do. And next thing is actually picking up a good specialization that you're really interested in, right? Because that is such a major thing, that we often think that marketing is just about sales. Because when I had to do this transition from my engineering to MBA, and I told my parents that I want to do marketing, and they thought it's sales. And I was like, no, it's not just sales. There's so much more to it. And I actually I just told them this is what I want to do, and end of discussion. And I just decided that I'm gonna pick digital marketing and just pick one out of it. So for me to choose a specialization like that was what I was passionate about, is what led me there, right? So it shouldn't be like out of my parents' pressure, I'm gonna choose finance and I'm gonna hate it and I'm just gonna end up in a job where I don't like being. So picking up a specialization that you really like is crucial. And it's not just I wanna do a specialization for a job. It's about that every day you get up and you're like, I like doing this job. Like I'm genuinely interested, because I go to my job and I'm like, wow, I get to be creative. I get to be thinking the whole day, to be doing something that I like doing. And I think that's such a privilege, that
Yeah.
if you have it, I think you should just, just choose it and do what it is. And third thing I would tell is to, I don't know. I'm not really sure what five tips I could really give here, but these are the things that I went through. And the third tip would be picking up on courses. Obviously, just choosing. Maybe once you get into the course, like I'd say, like maybe an MBA if you're getting into it, then later in the on the side, you would have some time, right? You can always spend that time doing some sort of an online course, or just picking up something that's extra curricular, like leadership skills, or
Mhm.
being a part of a show, or anything that's happening even at college, just inside the college. And those things would actually give you that confidence boost, for anybody who's looking forward to being good, and in their communication skills as well. That's crucial. And fourth thing would be definitely picking up some books if they're into reading, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually not. So I usually like watching some YouTube videos where they speak about quite a lot of things, where they cover digital marketing. And there was so much that was happening inside digital marketing. I realized it only once I went to my internship. And the fifth thing is actually to be finding somebody. I would say this is the best thing, is like to find a mentor, be it at college, be it at an internship. I actually had a marketing professor. So I met him in my MBA, and he was the kindest, and the guidance that he's given me is, I just think it's because of the guidance he's given me I am where I am today. And also my manager who I met at my internship was also very kind. Often these guys provide you guidance by telling, oh, what is it that you can do? And they see it in a point of view of life. So these guys often give you such good advice, telling that, this is what you can pick up on. And having somebody like that in your
Yeah.
life and overall, not for just academics, for life, I think it's so nice. And I'd
Mm-hmm.
say to, when you have professors at college, you can just see who is it that, you can look up to. So I just look up to these two. One of them is my manager, and one of them were my mentors at college. So I look up to them because I think they're such nice, cool human beings as I want
Mm-hmm.
to overall, as well as their teaching. I think learning from somebody like that is such a privilege for me. And often, staying in touch with them, asking them, what is it that my career, that I can add up in my career? Is there a course I can pick up on? Is there an internship I can do? Often seeking guidance would be a great tip, is what I'd say.
Yeah. So, about what do you think about doing MBA abroad? Is it good, or
I actually thought
what would you
about
like
it.
to say?
So I
Mhm.
did think about it. So first thing is MBA in abroad. I don't know if this is actually. So this is what I thought back in the day. This was in 2022 when I wanted to do my MBA.
Mhm.
But I just feel that MBA in abroad, first thing, they're quite expensive. That's there.
Yeah.
And second of all, they do look for experience, right? So when you're
Mhm.
like, I think what would be a good thing is for us to be completing our undergrad, doing like a job for 2 years, and then doing an MBA abroad would be great. Because
Okay.
post completing your MBA, when you have to look for a job abroad, they're gonna ask, right, what is it that you have to offer for our company? So what do
Mhm.
you bring? So we can't just be telling that I have an MBA. Like, you have to show proof that is experience. And
Mhm.
when I did my research on MBA back in the day, to do it abroad, I did find out this piece of information, what I'm sharing with you right now, that it is that they will look for experience, and they'll ask that, if you have any experience, that's only when you could land a job anywhere. So I did check out
Okay.
for places in the US for an MBA, but first thing, quite expensive. Second of all, I did not have any experience. And I
Mhm.
came from an engineering background. That was also, I felt it was quite a minus. So I
Yeah.
didn't want to take that risk at all because,
Mhm.
of all the things that happened. So I just decided that's not gonna happen. I think with some good work experience, it would be great to, do an MBA
Mhm.
abroad, and then you can just leverage your work experience as well as your MBA together. That this is what I can, just give to the company and, be an asset.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, do you think there's a talk going around, right? Like, only if you get MBA from tier one, tier two colleges, you might have a good chance of getting a good job or landing a good job. Is it true? Like, do we have to get into colleges like IIT? They all have MBA programs as well, right? Is it true that is it required for us to get into top tier colleges in order to land a good job?
I personally would not believe or agree with that, because end of the day, it is all about who I am as a person who stands out. It's the skills that I have, it's the knowledge that I can share, and it's the communication skills that I own. And
Mhm.
all of this is something that has to be done for your own self, right? I mean, I bet that these colleges like IIM would actually teach you. I don't know what they'd really teach, but I've heard that in IIMs it's more like self study, and having a conversation with your peers and more of that. But at the end of the day, I think it is who you stand out as a person. So
Mhm.
I could be a student from tier three and still be confident and still pick up the skills that I could. And I think you would honestly land an amazing job. And it is not always about you could be somebody from a tier one college but still not have any knowledge about what is going on. But I don't know, like, that makes sense, right? Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it stands out as who you are as a person. Individually,
Yes.
you just stand out.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you stand out? You stand out based on the skills that you have. And I
Mm-hmm.
think if we really work on ourselves and just see what is it that you like and pick up courses, pick up internships, end of the day you will stand strong and you will have a base to tell that this is all I know, and it really doesn't matter if I'm from a tier 1 college or a tier 3 college. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all questions I had. Like, before we end the chat, would you like to give like some few tips for anyone who is into the career transition, or say who wants to pursue marketing? Like any few tips which you would like to give?
For somebody who was transitioning from any background to MBA, I mean, I'd say like a non-commerce background. I'd say it could be quite overwhelming in the beginning because you're completely new here, and everything that's happening is also very new because we never picked up on any of those things. I'd say that if you're really passionate about it, you should just go ahead and do it. It's gonna come out great.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for somebody who is already been on that field, I think it's all about you just adding more value to your resume and to yourself on the
Mm-hmm.
whole. So yeah, I'd say if you're really into it, you should just choose and just go forward. And yeah, I think end of the day, what really matters is if you're really into something, if you're passionate about anything, be it the job role that you want to choose, or just the course that you. Because in the long run, today I would choose a course, but in the long run, I would like a job or
Mm-hmm.
anything that would lead me there. So it's all about being honest to yourself and what you really feel that this is what I'm interested in doing. But with time things change. Back in the day, I'd say like 6 years ago when I was 18 years old, I thought engineering would be a good choice. But today, I just don't even connect with her anymore because I'm in a different phase of my life. For like I don't know, it's just something crazy, and I don't think my younger self would ever believe that this is where I'd be today. So I think life really changes, right? So even you go with the flow, but it really matters that you do what makes you happy and choose a course as well as a job that you're really interested in doing, and that way there's very less space to crib about things, to think that oh, things are not working out my way. Most people you have a conversation with, they're telling that I don't like my job, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay." And like when you hear too many people say that, and it makes you think that oh, what if this is my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I kept thinking, okay, this shouldn't be my life. I should choose something that I really like doing. But I know it takes some time to really understand. Some people realize it at a young age that, like, when they were like 5 years old, they knew they wanted to be a doctor and they turned out to be one. But for me, I just really didn't think that this is what I wanted to do. But with time, you
Mm-hmm.
just realize that this is what you like. I think the only end piece of advice I'd give is to choose something you really like, maybe be a passion, and try bridging it with academics because if you're from India, you'd probably want to be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just can't tell that I'm passionate about something, and
Yes.
until you really
Not
like
doing
make
it.
money out of it, they're not gonna believe. Nobody's gonna believe.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe bridging your passion with academics. I mean, try that's I think the best thing ever. But if that really happens, but I don't know if that would really happen to everyone. But if you get
Mhm.
a chance where you bridge your passion with your academics, I think nothing like that ever. And yeah, that's just my advice to people who want to choose anything that they want to choose, be it MBA, be it anything. It's just important that it should be important that you like it. You like
Mhm.
doing it every day. Yeah.
All right. Like last quick question, would you like to, tell them any tool, specific tool or course which they can start with to get into social media marketing, or digital marketing? Any tool or course which they have to do?
Few courses that I picked up on was Fundamentals of Digital Marketing. It was by Google Digital Garage. And
Mhm.
then I picked up a social media marketing course from HubSpot. So these were two of them, which just gave me like a very basic foundation because I just learned there are quite a lot of terminologies that's also being used in this field. So I picked up on those two courses, but there are quite a lot of free. These are both of these were free courses. There are a lot of free courses on Google, as well as HubSpot, Meta. You can always check them out and just sign up for them, do them in your free time, and just gain knowledge out of it. That
Mhm.
would be one. And apart from that, you asked something else, right?
Tools.
Tools, yes. I think for a social media manager or just anybody, I picked up on a few tools for SEO, which was Screaming Frog. Keywords I pick up on SEMrush. So SEMrush is a great place. Apart from that, I use Canva all the time. If you are
Yeah,
anybody who has to be in the creative field, Canva is a must.
you can
Uh,
relate.
yeah. So things like these two, I think these three tools are very basic. For keywords, you can always use SEMrush, keywords.io, Google Keyword Planner, and all of those. And apart from that, if you want to do an audit of your website and more, Screaming Frog is great. And apart from that, yeah, Canva is a good designing tool. Yeah. So these are the few ones that I usually use on a daily basis.
All right, that's all from my side. I hope you enjoyed the
Yes, I did.
conversation,
Well,
and
I'm glad.
yeah, I didn't bug you with too many questions.
No, no, it's all right. It's great. I think this opportunity is great because this is my first time actually having a conversation about my career path. Because I've been
Okay.
quite hesitant as well. Because, when you've had that switch from, an engineering background to an MBA, it kind of feels like I have always felt like I'm the odd sheep.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
but
I can relate.
I mean, I can't imagine that today we're here having this conversation. That what I felt was something odd is just something that somebody like me could be watching
Hmm.
this and be thinking that it's not so odd after all. I mean, there are people who've done it, right?
Hmm.
So I just wanted to take up this platform to just tell people that it's all right. If any part of your life you just realize that this is not what I want to do, it's never too late to pick up on something you like doing, and
Hmm.
just do it. Anyways,
That's all. I hope we can get into coffee chat again in future, and
yes,
I
I'd
hope I
love
can.
to.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure. That's all.
as well. I think this is such a great initiative that you've taken. I want to tell you on that.
Thank you so much. I'm quite a bit nervous right now, so I think it's gonna take time for me to pick it up and start, be good in it. So
Yeah, you
yeah,
did great. Yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much. Well, that's
All
all.
right.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
See
So
you.
we'll stay in touch on LinkedIn.
Yeah, sure.
All
Yeah.
right. Take care. Bye bye.
Take
Have a
care.
good
Bye.
weekend.
Bye bye. Hi guys, so this was our conversation with Shivani today. It was indeed a full packed session. And if you like more such content, you can subscribe and also put in a comment if you have any doubts or if you want me to cover any certain topic into my coffee chats. And if you want to be a part of this whole podcast, then you can just reach out to me on my LinkedIn. I have attached my LinkedIn profile in my About section and we can chat there. Bye bye.